This week we make a nocturnal trip to the Kelpies to see these big metal beasties at their best. Then we head to Pittencrieff Park where De Niro makes some new friends. Yeah, I don't think he's really sure about the peacocks. And then Bex and I storm the keep at the town of Berwick upon Tweed. Pittencrieff Park in Dunfermline is famous for a few things, but the thing it's probably most well known for is its free-range peacocks. Yep, they just wander about wild. De Niro has met a peacock. I've just filmed De Niro on that peacock and look what's walking right in front of him. Greyhounds have got a very high prey drive, as you can see. De Niro, you're going to go and... no, I wouldn't chase that. It's not far off, bigger than you are, and there's two of them. You'd be outnumbered. He's not sure at all. He's never met a peacock before. And although he didn't show much interest to start off with, it wasn't long till De Niro was showing no interest in the peacocks at all. He also didn't seem to be showing much interest in the oncoming storm. Time for us to run for cover back to Methil. He is still rattling the window frames in Fife. It's just as well that no one's actually walking past our window, because if they looked in they would see me sitting on my couch building a 24-piece clangers. Yeah, I mean making sure it's all there. Not playing with it, just making sure that it's complete. Yeah, I am sitting building a clangers jigsaw on my floor. Do you build a jigsaw? No idea. I don't get all the fun, of course. Well, I'm not allowed to touch this one because somebody is all excited.
I want to do this one.
This is yours.
Thank you.
We'll show you it when it's finished. We watch this for long enough. A tongue will appear at the corner of the mouth and a look of intense concentration. Are we going to tell people how long this took?
It's not for children.
It's not for children. Okay.
Quite difficult.
A very short time later. We've not been at this for the last, longer than we want to admit. There it is. At least it's all there. Another cracking jigsaw. I like me clangers jigsaw, and I'd quite like to keep both of these, but I'm probably not allowed. Right, enough of that. Next up, some unplanned dronage. This sign is new and it means you can do things like this. There used to be lots and lots of no drones go away signs at the Kelpies. Now they've got signs up saying, yeah, please fly a drone as long as you're registered and you've got a licence and you know what you're doing and all that stuff. Well, I'm registered and I've got a licence, although as you know, I'd never claim to know what I'm doing. As well as having some very civilised drone regulations, you can also park your camper van overnight in the Helix car park, so you're nice and close to the Kelpies. We parked here because we were across to do the Kelpies half marathon, so tonight it's just us, a few other camper vanners and the spectacularly illuminated Kelpies. It won't be like this for long. The place is abandoned and that over there is race control for the run tomorrow, when the whole place will be a little bit busier. And by about midnight, the weather was nice, the place was deserted, and the Kelpies were looking absolutely stunning, all illuminated. This could be a chance for a wee and very brief shot with a drone. Now, you're not allowed to fly your drone out of sight, which means at night you can't go too far at all, but it was worth it for this little play. This was just like straight up, take a picture and come straight back down again. And was that picture worth it? Well, what do you think? Right, that's enough of that. We'll see you tomorrow, when it's time to go and, unfortunately, do a bit of running. You're not allowed on the bed. So, with De Niro absolutely not on the furniture, we left the camper van parked over there, the greenest thing you're going to see, and headed up towards the big metal horses and that race control tent that we passed last night that now had a big queue, but not quite as big as the queue over there for the toilets. It looks a bit different to how it looked last night, doesn't it? It's one or two people showed up. This is going to be. We're both. I've got a dodgy knee and Bex has got a dodgy ankle, so we're neither of us really sure we're going to make this, but we're going to give it our best shot, obviously, because that's what we do. Here we go. We are half a kilometre down. 21 to go. The last time I ran this far was this event last year. Not been doing a lot of running. The horse is having more fun than any of us are having. That wee horsey was having great times running down in circles, and this guy was having a great time as well. We weren't even halfway out and he was well and truly on his way back. One of the nice things about this course is you go out over the River Forth on the Clackmannanshire Bridge and you come back over the River Forth via the Kincardine Bridge. So when you get to the Kincardine Bridge, you know you are well and truly on your way home. Couldn't wait to get the running part over so we could go and do something else. Guess what?
It's like
that is incredibly niche.
that's a nice picture.
Aw, bookcase cat. Let's remake Star Wars. Pew 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 pew. Right, I'll go ahead and stick this in the van. How do you like our Royal Class special effects? Pew 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 pew. As you know, we're always on the lookout for really, really inappropriate album covers. How's this for something to have in your record collection? It's a bit, yeah, no thanks. And we should have done some more charity shopping while the weather was nice, but we were planning on a road trip, and who are we to let a severe weather warning stop us? And the first stop on this road trip was an overnight in Berwick-upon-Tweed under that big bridge before we got up bright and early the next morning because somebody wanted to go for a run. I'll give you a clue, it wasn't me. Look, it's a you-know-what. We're not stopping. This is the old bridge that dates back to the 1600s, apparently, and that's a slightly newer bridge for the Ulster Railway Viaduct. Wow, 3 bridges for the price of 1, you lucky people. So we just ran along the top of the old town walls and then found these houses. How cool would that be as a place to live? Nice view of the river, eh? Oh, well, look at that, a little birdhouse. That's really cool. I am quite liking this part of Berwick. Never been here before, obviously. It's a place you don't really come. You pass through Berwick to get to other places, but you don't usually stop, so we've stopped. And unfortunately, I've decided for once, and I'm the one that loves running the most, we're going to go out this jetty just because it's here. And was that a good idea of mine? Well, what do you think? It was blowing an absolute hoolie, so windswept and interesting, let's head back inland. Why is it every time we go out running, we end up running on things that aren't actually paths? We're a bit lost again, believe it or not. Looking forward to the moat around this wall if there is one. That'll be squelchy. Beck is behind me, it's time for the age-old lie. It's better up here, there's a path! Not quite sure what that is, old city walls obviously, but it's quite impressive and quite chunky. And Eddie's not behaving himself, he's supposed to be calm and he's not. That is really cool. That actually reminds me a bit of Verdun in France, the same sort of vibe, without all the German shell holes obviously. Shell holes in the wall of Berwick are Scottish and English for reasons that I'll explain to you later. Look at the really old graveyard. Not stopping. This place is so cool for a given value of cool. I've driven under this bridge a lot, never seen it from on high. That is Berwick-upon-Tweed High Street, obviously. And down there are some charity shops, trust me. That's really cool. That is it's something there about the Louvre. It's a private tiny house, please be quiet and respectful. It must have been old public toilet. It is. It's very, very old public toilets from what's that say, 1899? It's now a tiny house, which is really cool. So the bridge that we ran out on is over there. This is the bridge that we parked under last night, and that is the railway bridge, which is wow. I thought it was quite long. It looks even longer from up here. Right, we're going to go for a walk now in search of the charity shops. That takes us past this war memorial that we ran past earlier. Did I mention we've been running? I much prefer the old walking and having a cup of coffee and a scone. Sounds like a much better plan. It's such a nice wee historic place. Lots of narrow windy streets and old buildings and stuff. We're going to go for a wee explore and not get run over by a Land Rover. Look at this really cool wee street. I said earlier about the fortifications having Scottish and English cannonball damage to them because this place was part of Scotland. And then it was part of England. And then it was part of Scotland again, and then guess what? Now it's part of England. There is a funny story that's now no longer true, unfortunately, that the town of Berwick-upon-Tweed is at war with Russia, because it was part of England, and England was at war with Russia. Then it became part of Scotland, and England made peace with Russia. So Berwick was never made peace with Russia until quite recently. But before we can go and explore the charity shops, it's time to go to the post office, because our eBay business empire is doing a lot better than our YouTube business empire. More stuff to drop off. Yay! You do get some idea how strategically important Berwick was, because look at all the walls. The whole city was behind walls that side. Today we're at the charity shops of Berwick-upon-Tweed. Let's give them a review, and we'll give you a wee score at the end for Berwick as a place to visit. On Bexy's book scale we are £1 each, that's quite a lot. And on the Ravensburger jigsaw puzzle scale we are £3.75, that's optimistic. So far, Berwick-upon-Tweed is about middle of the field when it comes to pricing. It's not the cheapest. Paperback books for £1 each is quite a lot. We prefer 3 for £1. Very much not a charity shop, but there's some thoughts for the day. Oh, that's just a big memorial to some guy, Francis Martin Norman, Commander RNJP. Successively Sheriff, Mayor and Alderman. Okay, a big cheese. There's that bridge we went over while running. We're now going to go under it. It's called the Scots Gate for reasons that you can probably imagine. Scotland is that way. These are usually quite good. These are local ones, but yeah, let's find out. No idea. What there is, surprisingly, is an amazing lack of board games. There's lots and lots of jigsaws, but not seen many board games at all. Oh, they've got this, one of our favourite board games. Well, it's not really a board game, a tabletop game. It's Kerplunk. If you've never seen Kerplunk, go out and see Kerplunk. It's great, especially if you've been drinking. Now, I know that every charity shop in every different town has its own market, but the prices here seem to be a bit optimistic. But it must be what the market here will support. We've not bought anything yet, which is basically what I'm trying to say. We're too tight. Red Cross time. What are we thinking? Optimistic? No. Let's check out the price. £10. Seriously, that must be a mistake. No, it's not. Wow. No chance. And the last one for now, British Art Foundation. Certainly better prices than everybody else. Interestingly, it's everything else is quite reasonable at £2. Books are also £2. That's not reasonable. A lot of these towns have got those big things in the middle of the street. That is from restored in 1857 by Joseph Fleming, Esquire. I'll see if I can find out when it was built. There'll be a board somewhere, but pretty cool, eh? Not a bad thing for the middle of your high street.
Who wants a cappuccino?
Me. It looks like today's attempt to do an episode is also about to be exterminated by the weather. This is storm something or other moving in, and yeah, the forecast isn't great, and it doesn't look like it's going to get any better. And this is the last port of call in Berwick-upon-Tweed. This is out of town a little bit. It's the Salvation Army's warehouse, and so far it looks amazing. This place is the best shop. And on Bexy's book scale, how much are the books?
£5 for £1.
Wow, that's £5 for £1 is a good price. It's an eclectic collection of board games and these, which I will read first. Then eBay shop they come. Berwick has kind of redeemed itself with this place. Love it. We're not here to play dress up, we're here to get stock for the eBay shop. Nice coat, hat and scarf combo though.
I like dressing up.
If you go into Starbucks today, De Niro knows what happens next. Anybody would think I took De Niro to Starbucks quite a lot.
Do you?
Couldn't possibly comment.
You just put it on the floor for him, or do you hold it?
You hold it to start off with, or he makes a mess. That is a happy puppy. Now the sensible thing to do at this point would have been to head for home, but we're not sensible, we're heading south. Well, thank you Northumberland County Council, you shower of shower. This is where we used to come and stay all the time doing parkrun down this part of the world, and it was, see there, maximum stay 72 hours. So you can stay for 72 hours, but what you can't do anymore is sleep, cook or camp. That's ridiculous. This used to be really popular, and as I said before, what harm do campers do, self-contained camper vans like ours? That is just, well, I can't say unacceptable because they can do what they want, but what a shower of beep! I'll beep that out now rather than later. Last night we went to Blythe Links to do parkrun and show you around Blythe, and it was very pretty this morning, but the winds were supposed to be hitting 75 miles an hour. So we're coming land to Newcastle. We're at a place called Townmoor, where it's also blowing an absolute hoolie with severe wind warnings. Probably can't hear me because of the aforementioned wind, but this is the park, and over there somewhere is parkrun assembling. Most people, when they go to do parkrun like Blythe Links and wake up and it's been cancelled because of the wind, think, oh, okay, no parkrun today. But not her. She was sitting on maps trying to find a parkrun that was on, which is why we're now in Newcastle, which was not part of the plan. So, a wide open, windswept and exposed park. Just what you want on a Saturday morning in the middle of an amber weather warning. This thing in front of us is the Palace of Arts. I'm doing this talking, none of it is probably going to be usable, so this episode might actually only be about 30 seconds, but hey, we'll see what we can do for you. But do remember, it's important to pay attention to the race briefing. Obviously not the poshest part of Newcastle, it's a graveyard for high performance motorbikes. There was two really sporty looking bikes lying dumped in this field, obviously nicked, enjoyed and then discarded. And a little under 30 minutes later, that was it done. Glad it was done for this week. It was horrible out there, blowing an absolute, as I mentioned before, hoolie. And that's your lot for this week. Everything, including the YouTube algorithm, is conspiring against us and our content creation at the moment, but hey-ho. And as always, thank you very much to everyone who has watched. We'll hopefully be back next week with more of the same.